Okay, good morning. Good morning. Sounds better, but can be louder. Can it get louder? Good morning. Good morning. Now it's loud enough. All of us are here and awake, and all your thoughts are in this room. So thank you all for coming in, and thank you for taking the time. This is an event that I'm sure quite a few of you have been waiting for and wait for every year. For those of you who've been associated with this event for a long period of time. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the entire HR committee of RAI, which makes this event possible. It's the HR committee which is comprising of HR heads from various retail organizations who come together, who give the direction and give us the vision and also the strategy for an event like this. This is an event created by retailers for retailers, and that's what makes it so special. This session today is in many ways very important, or this whole day is going to be important. Because when we all sat together and thought about what would make sense for us, we realized that we are one of those industries that's growing leaps and bounds. We've been, till last year, till the year before last, we've been telling that it's a young industry. I don't know whether we can call it a young industry anymore. It's about 15 years old or so. But the fact is we are not anymore young because the circumstances around us, the trading atmosphere is a very mature trading atmosphere. So much of competition, all kinds of channels penetrating the retail marketplace, and consumers are more empowered than they ever were. So under these circumstances, the last thing that one needs to think is to think that we are a 15-year-old when the market is asking us to be a 40-year-old at least. So with that in mind, this whole theme got created. So I thought, what could be the right way to approach this and what could we take back from here? So the introduction is firstly to take you through, and can we get this slides on please? So, firstly, for some of you who are very new to RAI, are there people in this room who are very new to Retailers Association of India? Don't feel shy, raise your hands. Okay, so thank you for raising your hands because this tells me that the first two slides are important. So, Retailers Association was formed 10 years before. In fact, on this 23rd of October, we would be a 10-year-old association. It's a not-for-profit created by retailers to help modern retail flourish in the country and to also support consumer confidence, to support consumer centricity in the marketplace. So with that in mind, there are three things that RAI does. We work on advocacy initiatives, we work with the government, semi-government bodies, we work with international associations, we work with international governments, consulates, etc. to try and create an environment for retail which is global, at the same time is getting matured towards a nicer set of dialogues with the government. So that's the first thing that we do. We also work very closely with the media. Thank you for people from the media who are here. Some of them I have known for some time now. And we work with them to try and create the environment that's required. And then we also collaborate with various kinds of associations and bodies to make it the industry to talk about. We work quite a bit on talent development, which is the second part of what RAI does. So we do a lot of development programs. Some of you are aware of Retail Association Skill Council of India, which is towards developing skills and recognizing skills in retail, and I'm sure you'll get a whole lot of this as the day progresses from various people. We also do quite a bit of research, advisory. We try and develop information from various of our retailers to propagate it so people can learn from one another. A meeting like this is really useful if people come in with an open mind and are willing to share and interact with each other. So I also urge all of you to try and take as much time as possible to interact with people around, because if you take this whole set of people, which is about 200 people, and if you think on an average 10 years of experience, you can do the math. So that's the way it is, but I think it's going to be much more than 10 years of experience per person, only in this room. But now you multiply it with the number of people that you've been interacting with, it's an amazing amount of numbers that you're talking about. And we are talking human resources here, so resources are here. The last part is about industry creation activities. We do events like this, we do events around CEOs in retail, we do events for supply chain in retail, we do events for specific purposes like technology in retail, to try and bring the whole industry together to go towards common goal and to try and establish an industry level benchmark. We also are developing a service provider database which should be available soon. So what do we do? What is the takeoff from here today? Few questions in mind. I am sure the sessions after this will take you through some of these thought processes and you will be able to possibly get some answers, and you are welcome, and I think that each one of you have got a right and a responsibility to put your mind onto what's happening here and to possibly throw up some questions to people who are going to be here. So if we have 33 million people in retail, are we an industry? Are we? Okay, we're not sure. Sometimes the government gives us an impression we are not, but at least within the industry we should know and emphatically state that we are an industry. That's a fact. We are the second largest employer after agriculture. We are the largest private employer in the country. If that is the way it is, we are an industry. And how can we be not an industry? Do the employees perceive us as an industry? And how do the employers behave? Do we have a view on how do we want our industry to be perceived by outsiders? And I think what we do is going to create the benchmarks and the stepping stones for what the others are going to perceive us as. And that's what is going to be the takeoff from today. I think this whole concept around sustainable HR practices, which is the theme for today, will be discussing how do we create benchmarks, how do we create common practices that can be taken for guarantee, taken as a guarantee if somebody is joining the retail industry. How do CEOs and business owners look at human resources? Do they care? And this is a question that keeps coming up in various hush-hush voices at some places, sometimes in corridors, sometimes in the toilets. Does it happen? I know for sure that in the retail businesses that I worked for, sometimes the toilets used to tell me some stories about how do the bosses really care about people. So, is the industry level thought process available? If it is a high growth, high attrition industry, which is very clear, I mean we've got attrition levels of more than 70% in this business. HR is really caught between demands and the industry development requirement. Do the people in HR have the backbone to really take up the responsibility and the pressures? Because I know sometimes the pressures can be from both sides. On the one hand, you have to take care of business growth. On the other hand, you are responsible for the people you recruited. Hire and fire is not a natural HR, let's say, ethos. And does it happen? And how do you stand if somebody is thinking hire and fire? Because even the best of CEOs, sometimes large owners, don't really think about HR in the way in which you would have been trained to think. So how does this happen? How can the government help? Is the work with the government, especially, I mean, if you see the current government is very keen on doing new things. They are doing new things around almost every aspect of retail, and the one thing that they are also doing is on labor. If labor policies are to be redefined and redrafted, are the HR heads getting involved in getting it done? Or does RAI, do we have to go to the head of advocacy initiatives, or do we have to go to HR heads? Sometimes I wonder. And this is something that you may need to come back to us and tell us. What can we learn and adopt from other industry if we have to set up our industry as the industry to work in? Is the workplace diversity and inclusivity just a catchphrase, or is it useful at all? These are discussions that's going to happen today. What can we take back and practice at the end of the day today? I think that's important. At the end of the day, I'm sure we'll have a few things that we've discussed which we'll take back. There are people available here who are scribing whatever you are all saying today, not necessarily from media, but also from RAI. So you will see some of your statements, some of your photographs being put up. So don't get too worried about it. But you know what? You're all setting up new benchmarks in the industry. How can RAI, because if this is the industry body created by the industry, how can we create sustainable HR practices? Throw us back some challenges, because some of us are getting salaries from the association. That means I am being employed by all of you. So please tell me what we need to drive from RAI's perspective. What are the things that we've already done in RAI? This is the last slide. Skills. Rashi, I'm sure it's being discussed through the day, like I said. We tied up with various universities and colleges and skilling authorities. So this is something that each one of you can take use of and can introduce yourselves back to RAI Web. We are also tied up with other associations across the globe, but the one that is there up front is the tie-up with the Australian Distillers Association for the various skill programs that they have done, and that is available to quite a few of us in the industry, and you are welcome to come back and ask people from RAI about it. You must be knowing Lawrence already, but Lawrence has now got a larger team, so you may want to take this up further. On the employee verification front, to start with, we've tied up with First Advantage. This has been there for some time. Some of our retailers have already tied up and signed up with dotted document. Year after year, you've been telling me and the others in RAI that let's have something that's an industry database to try and weed out problems, and also to establish that what people are saying is the way in which they are. So this is available with us. Please make use of it and tie up faster. And the last part is about pride and dignity. What is on 12th December? What? Yeah, it's Rajnikant's birthday. How many of you really celebrate Retail Employees Day? So for those of you who do not, I think this is the one that makes us all feel part of our industry, and it's something that was ideated by Train, the trust that was created by G.S. Nagesh, but it's completely an initiative by Retailers Association of India and Train. Adopt this, it's easiest, celebrate it the way you want, but let's celebrate. Fact that I am in retail, you are in retail should be celebrate worthy. Yes or no? Yes. So do we all commit as one voice that we celebrate 12th of December? Yes. I have recently gone to the UK and I have had an in-principle agreement from the British Retail Consortium that they will celebrate it there. I am now meeting a whole lot of retail association people from across the world, 30 of them on the 28th of this month, and I am sure I will come back from there with many of them saying I want to celebrate. But if the world is going to celebrate, if we don't celebrate, it's no fun. So let's go ahead and do that on the 12th of December, just to create that thing that, listen, I'm in retail and I do a lot of work, but I also like to be recognized for what I do. So with that, the last part I have already spoken to you about is about advocacy. How is this taken forward? Please do feel free to contact Lawrence, or we've also got our head of advocacy, Gautam here. You can also talk to Gautam from RAI or to me to take this to the next level. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again, and I hope you have a day that's really filled with very detailed deliberations and things that you can take back at the end of the day and practice at your places. Thank you once again, and namaste.